Hey, hello there. I don't know who I am, but I'm probably Lawrence, and I want to welcome you to my first challenge run ever. First things first, let me fill you in with the rules real quick. 1. I cannot equip any items that I start with. 2. I cannot equip any new items that I get. Disclaimer, this rule will be broken 1.5 times. I will explain it when relevant. 3. I can only level up when I enter new areas. This is stackable, and by this I mean that if I discover, for example, the Firelink Shrine area, I am not obligated to level up right there and then. I can remember this time that I discovered the area and I can level up later. 4. I am still allowed to upgrade my armor, weapon and shield. 5. I wouldn't be allowed to use glitches, but honestly, I am skilled enough to do only one of them. The other one that I wanted to do is prohibited by the second rule. And yeah, so I guess only one glitch is allowed, and you will see later that it didn't even help me in the end. And number 6, have fun! And now let's get started. So, I was quite conflicted at first. What did I want to play for my first challenge run? I kind of decided to go Sorcerer with Master Key. But then I thought, the Master Key wouldn't really help me that much, and I don't know how Sorceries actually scale later in the game. So, on a whim really, I changed to Thief with Black Fire Bombs, as one naturally chooses the path of extreme violence, bloodshed, and social misconduct. Another little disclaimer. The challenge run, as I decided right now, well, back in the past, but you know, right now, as I decided, the challenge run starts only when I exit the asylum, because I still need to get to my items and equip them. So after I finished everything that I had to do in the asylum, I allowed a giant crow to carry me over. I pick up some items around Firelink Shrine and then I go to test my damage. Let's see how that goes. Wow, that's actually great. So, as it turns out, at least for the start of the run, the bandit knife holds itself incredibly well. And I mean, good riposte damage, kind of okay R1 damage, and other than that, I don't think I need anything more. I quickly clear out Undead Burg, and then I go ahead and give myself some outdoor access to a later merchant that, in my voidful wisdom, I thought had black fire bombs for sale. Shit it not. I also opened up a shortcut that I never again, in this run at least, went back to. Grabbed the necessaries from the other undead merchant, and then I claimed some sweet weapon ointment that will come more than just in handy, very soon. Oh yeah, in order to be able to more easily use items, I used the change order feature that I never once till now touched in this game. Turns out that this is the fun of the challenge runs. You end up doing things you normally ignore. Against predictions, the damage was astounding. Even with a regular +0 knife, the gold pine resin raises the damage so much that Taurus Demon doesn't have a choice, but to be a trivial milk cow that's in the way. Being a little nervous, I end up having a conversation about the weather with this hot chick, and then another searing hot chicken makes sure that I join the ranks of the grilled ones. I open up yet another shortcut never to be used, and then straight to the second most beloved waifu I go. Pop up the souls I gathered until now, buy more of the necessaries, and then upgrade my bandit knife +5. I thought I would be screwed considering the R1 damage, but the riposte got significantly improved, so I guess I worried for nothing. I clear out a band of buffed up hollows, get the war criminal out of jail in order to just prep for him a knee sandwich, garnished with a tall fall straight to the fucking demon ruins. That's what you get. What I get though is a completely useless ring. Anyway, the hot chick I was totally bewitching before decided to help me out with some stoned winged monkeys, Yeah, as you can see, that +5 knife rubbed with the gold pine resin spells more than just a little trouble for now. Anyway, thank you, Sonny Shotty. See ya later, alligator. After all these wild adventures and love interests, I do what the chest-fallen knight told me and go ring up the bells. Yeah, not a campanologist myself, I believe he just mistook me for a bit, but I like to help others, so why not? I upgrade my armor and level up my stats a bit, then I decide to see what damage does the knife deliver to something more titanic. Now that I made you listen to dead people's laughter, I take a visit to Lower Undead Burg, and I decided I won't count this towards the level up times because I consider it part of the Undead Burg still. And oh, look at that, hanging by a thread there. Surely I can take some distance to heal myself up. Yeah, nope, never mind. I'ma go cry in my corner now. After having some time for myself, I go back to show these puppies who's boss here. Yes, so there you go, puppies. He's the boss. He's the boss here. Anyway, the fight went on about how you would expect it to. I took defense up here to deal with the Dogarinos, and then I tried to plunge the Capra. Seeing that I have the chance of hitting more damage than I serve, the best option was to cook this goat straight up to 180 Celsius. Next up on horrible places to visit before that, the depths. After I make sure I won't respawn Lama Madracului, I make sure this weird porcupine won't bother me again with his ringle-dingles. And by now, I guess you guys know that I don't like dogs in these games. By my stars, look at the size of that beast! First things first, I'd go and grab that useless armor set, after which I start hacking at its tail, in all hopes of breaking it in half. What the fuck? Admittedly, that weird thing disoriented me for a second and a half, but no problem because I dealt with it quickly. What the fuck? Apparently, I forgot about the channeler. I played so many Dark Souls mods where the channeler is inside the arena lately that I forgot where it resides in the vanilla game. I quickly took care of the channeler and then back I go.
Uh-oh, stinky.
This time I did manage to cut its junky tail, getting the most useless weapon in this entire run. But most importantly, now he won't swipe me around the arena like a Tinder horn dog. With this, the Komodo creature is dead, and I have gotten my key to... Oh no! Before venturing into Lordran's slums, I go back to the Murchy Lady to buy some Cure Curse stones and some fire resins that I probably won't use. And 2 flower moss crumbs. My knife now has the wisdom of a 6 years old, and then I upgrade my legs and hands to +3. Trust me, this will be needed. After that, I make my way back to Blighttown, where everything was pink and flowery, I swear. No, but for real now, the walk through Blighttown was kinda smooth, because by now I have all of the Dark Souls 1 map memorized. It's actually the item placement that I don't really know anything about. Oh, whoa, what's this? Man-eater MILF Dread invaded! That's what you get for eating my MILFs! Well, I got some useless hunk of iron and some humanities, but more importantly, I got the help of the MILF Dread. Purposefully left the footage of me trying to charcoal pine resin here as a bit of a proof that I'm actually a fucking noob at this game, even after some 6+ years of me playing it on and off. But without further ado, what you see here is how the whole fight went like. Stick by her spidey fitties and dodge when you gotta dodge, pretty as. Clink, clank, ding dong, ching chong, the bell rang. Yes, so apparently I lied about the charcoal pine resins, as it turns out I still use them. But either way, the butterfly devolved into, I don't know, preconception state of existence. I used some souls and upped my dex, health and stamina a tiny bit. Gotta stay fit, boys. For the boys. Get it? Because leveling up dex is gay. Majority of sense was actually kind of boring, nothing interesting happened, so here we go. I found the correct merchant that I was looking for since the start of the run, basically. So I finally replenished my stocks. Fun fact, the fire damage won't actually help that much. Same boss, same strategy as always. Just that. It's quite difficult to stagger it with the knife, and even if I get to stagger it, I either don't have enough damage to make it fall, or I make it fall just on his goddamn arsehole. All in all, the Iron Golem took out of Tok. I literally wrote Tok over here. Anyway, all in all, the Iron Golem took out of me somewhere between 2 and 5 tries. I really don't remember how many there were, but with a final knife cut that dealt around 47 damage, which would be quite enough in order to open a peanut butter jar, I achieved victory, carried over by the beautiful Avernus angels, and being met with the most beautiful fake scenery of the series. It's smoking time! Oh, and Ornsteining time? Well, I guess I shouldn't have made fun of these guys because... Who you? Actually, no, that wasn't that much damage. Now that's what I'm talking about! But yeah, this fight also gave me a little trouble, mainly because the knife has such an abysmal range, foreshadowing, that it was hard to catch them. But hard doesn't mean impossible, you see, so Smoke is dead first. And after Smoke, obviously it comes Ornstein. Or maybe me. Yeah, Ornstein is pretty tough, but good news is I realized this run I don't need his armor, so Super Smoke it is then. Personally, Smoke's attacks are easier to dodge, his hitbox is larger than Super Ornstein's is, and it's also easier to bait him behind the pillars. Also Charcoal Pine Raising for the win. And just like that, Vicinity Perceived, or something like that. Now, by the power of the Lore Vassal, I can warp, and this will save me some time and energy, but it won't save Guinevere. Wait, I don't have throwables left. My black fire bombs were used in Ornstein and Smoke's fights, and I only have one more left. I don't want to forsake them from my equipped item slot. Turns out she also can't be intoxicated by feces, or allured by a magical skull, or dispelled by the Lloyd's talisman. After I leveled up my stamina and strength a little bit, I went back and replenished my Al-Qaeda stocks, and done what no other consumable could. Now that the mirage has been dispelled and night surfaced, I teached the brass firekeeper where her spleen was located, and went ahead to defeat her master. Time for fanboy slaughtering! Or so I would like to admit, but it turns out that even with a strategy well known, I had difficulties with this fight. Jumping from pillar to pillar, dodging magical bullets as best as I can, then getting one or two hits in before he translocates. Yeah, at one point or another I do a mistake, and it's enough to throw me off balance, just like his hormones. Also, I would have tried 10 more times and be victorious on the 11th, but a bug that caused me to respawn at this bonfire whenever I died in Darkan or Londo prohibited me from spending that much time doing just this. So instead, I got stabbed by the armored boar, guarding the entrance to the Re Lucaria Academy from Wish. Feeling down, I went back to the beginnings and gave Oscar a GI surgery that will surely get him rid of tummy issues. Then, I got a really special doll, and after that, I fell through the roof. Oh, silly me. Now I have to kill the Asylum Demon Mark II and get the hell out of here. Thankfully, like the majority of demon bosses from this game, it's quite easy. Go behind his back and hack at that ass! Just watch out for the angry light AoE attack, then rinse and repeat. Also, like the other two versions of the Asylum Demon, this one is also weak to bleeding damage, so in 3 hits I get bonus damage. After not that much time he's dead, and I get that sweet humanity. Oh yeah, right, and a titty slap. But something was quite missing, and that something turned out to be more healing on my hands. And well, right now it was on his hands, the motherfucker. Thankfully pain will never pose as a threat, maybe only if I were to do an only punching run, but I know my limits, and I am a noob after all, so no thank you. What a dramatic queen he is, oh my god, just die like a man already. Oh, and thank you for the Rite of Kindling. I pump up my dexterity once more, get my hands on that large divine ember, and thank Gwyn that I did. I use the skilly gangbang way of quick warp back to the bonfire, then I get to try my hands on Rave Lord Nito. Just like Rookie, I do all the mistakes that I possibly can in my first try. Dodge all the attacks coming at me, try to reach his behind just to find out that I actually can't hit him there, and get demolished by the Rave Authority. Man, I really have to do something about these skeletons. And well, after a little bit of examining the arena and eventually die, I farmed some green titty shards, infused my knife with the prismatic power of the Rave Lights plus 5, and then get absolutely munched on by this cute pupper. Yeah, fun times, right? Right! Anyway, new strategy. Get rid of the lower skellos, and now that my knife is infused, they don't rise back. Woo! Look at the dodge, chief! Never mind. Well, oh well. Like all the people always say nowadays, third time's the charm, right? Skellov's dead, like truly dead now, and the Nito's threat is going smooth. First things first, keep the fight going in the first half of the arena. I guess you can bait him to the front, then go and deal with the bigger Skellorinos, just to have a little bit more space, but I found it unnecessary. Then hack at Nito as much as you comfortably can, dodge his sword attacks, get a distance when he does his AoE attack, repeat until really dead this time, and there you go. Boss soul number 2. Or number 1? I guess it's number 1 actually. Boss soul number 1. Now with the Lord of the Dead, well, dead, I reverted my knife back to normal damage, upgraded it to whatever I could, then I headed for New London Ruins. Phantom damage seems pretty good, but there's still a danger if it comes to ganging on me, if I wasn't a smarty pants and used my bottled cripples.
Creeper. Oh man.
Got the key to the seal, and then as a true Samaritan does, as a true Samaritan, what the fuck, how the fuck do you spell that?
Samaritan.
Does, I floated the blue dragons. As I cleaned the area, I realized I actually can't deal with the boss right now. I don't have any means of traversing the abyss, so I will leave it for later. I upgraded my health and my knife as well, after which, time for our second rodeo, girl! This time I tried to use the pillars more efficiently, and you won't believe what outcome that resulted in. Yeah, sure, okay. After several more deaths and runbacks, I decided to leave it be, and boast my big nuts in front of Sid. He's not a big fan of nuts, and cursed me into oblivion.
I was born 87 years ago. For 65 years, I've ruled as Tamriel's emperor.
Just kidding. No, not like that. Oh no, I'm cursed! But a little while ago, I told you guys, I'm going to use this later. Now it's time for Mission Impossible. Stole the guard's key, got out of prison, turned off this annoying music, and would you guess it? Yeah, I returned for Logan. By the way, +1 level up. I freed the old man from his special prison place, bought more blackfire bombs, then I committed the dying by yellow crystal punching. Again. And then it decided enough is enough, so it killed itself. Damn, what a great guy, right? I ignored this text message and suffered the consequences right after. But the next time, I succeeded in getting to this balls-hating dragon. The fight with Sid itself wasn't bad, but the first time around, 2 clams entered the arena with me, and yeah, they spelled my doom. That, and the fact that Sid didn't refrain from crystallizing the ground and stomping me with its big white tails. The second time around, the fight went smoothly. So basically what you see on screen is what happened the entire fight. And yay! Dragon down! With the second bequeathed soul shard in hands, I went to visit an old instance of the self. Wonder how this guy is doing there. I stopped myself from giving it a hug and got the large magic amber. Next, I stole the clothing from the tomb of a chick, and her brother got really mad at me for doing that. Yeah, that was a lot of damage. But after I retrieved my souls though, guess who was hanging by a thread? Yeah, anyway. It looks like passing through Capras here was kinda hard. So I took the quick way down secure the bonfire, and then Asylum Demon Mark III comes for me. The same as the other one went down, stay away from its AoE, hit it 3 times so it bleeds, repeat until Crispy dead. Talking about Crispy dead, this dude got me once. I mean, look at him coming at me with that duck walk. Well, not the duck walk is the problem here, but the way my knife cannot fucking reach his arm when he strikes at me. I tried from the other side as well, but the hitbox is so annoying that I quickly got rid of that idea. So the way that actually worked with him was to bait him to come closer to do his other attacks, and after he jumps, I got under him and slashed his feet. Basically do this over and over and he will be done for in no time. And yes, I know you can bait him into falling off the map, but I'm not that big of a pussy, at least just yet. With the centipede demon dead and a ring I cannot use, I am bound to just rest a little bit and level up. A bit of dexterity, sprinkled with some vitality and left to simmer over low fire. And now here I come, you bitch! Yeah, I got determined enough to get a kill out of this boss fight. Through sheer perseverance, it was finally done. Finally, I killed this poor girl trying to protect her parents' tomb. Yay! But hey, no time to cry over an undeserved death. I have to kill another girl that only tried to exist in content and peace. By the way, I do realize. No, not that one. I do realize that I kinda forgot to show here some of the areas I discovered and which I cut off in order to use a level up. But I do have them noted on a piece of paper that I used throughout the run, and I will show it at the end of the video. So stay tuned until then. And hey, if you got here and thought that it was at least a little bit kind of fun, don't forget to give it a like, maybe a sub, and if you're at it already, why not a comment telling me what class should I do next. Anyway, resuming the run now. Got rid of the other undead dragon using the bombs, and yeah, this was pretty much one of the 2 noteworthy things about the Painted World. The second one was obviously Priscilla, which honestly intimidated me at first, seeing the damage I gave her, but the firebombs did the job of unveiling her. And now that I can see her attacks coming, the fight was smooth. I tried to get her tail cut for bonus performance points, but no luck there. Now, with another innocent girl killed, I get back to the real world, and I killed a Hydra, and another Peace Golem, and then I got killed by Saitama of the Soul Seeds. Frustrated about this event, I visited Andre and bought the crest from him, use it for the shortcut to open and get back to my blood pool faster. I got 2 gold pine resins this time, and then I kind of noticed a mass of black magic floating here. I tried touching it in hopes that a handful of blisters won't get me and no! Hey, what the heck is the winged lion from Dungeon Meshi doing here? Well, demons aside, the fight with the Sanctuary Guardian was interesting, per usual. After failing many times, I remembered how to dodge his attacks, and that spelled the end of this innocent beast. After pumping up my vitality, I got spooked by this black dragon. This is my turf, small fry. Stay away. Oh god. I finally met the immovable boulder of this run. Knight Artorias. The beast. The champion. The prodigy. The handicapped warrior. Because of his hand. I obviously died. And wanna know what the worst part about dying is? Oh, and another funny thing. 55 fucking damage per hit. The damage itself isn't a problem, but the fact that this is under any circumstance not enough to slap Artorias out of his buffing phase is brilliant. But the antonym of this. And so I died. Many. 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 Many, many. Many fucking times. I was starting to lose hope, but I still had one ace up my sleeve. Although I didn't really want to use it. But hey, I was feeling desperate. I'm not strong enough. Fucking hell, not strong. I'm not skilled enough to finish Artorias like this. So, let me explain. Let's restate the first two rules of the run. 1. I cannot unequip any items that I start with. 2. I cannot equip any items that I get. And if you remember at the start of the video, I told you that this rule will be broken 1.5 times. Well, this is the half time that this rule will be broken. And what I mean by this, well, watch here. If I was to manage Artorias and the rest of the DLC, I would have let Sif live to the very end. I hate killing her pretty much more than anything else in Dark Souls. But she holds two key items that are very important. A humanity and a homeward... Wait, no, not these ones. One is the ring, Covenant of Artorias. That represents the one time rule number 2 will be broken. The other key item is her soul, and that represents the other half time. Well, what I mean by this is, with my plaster knife, I can transpose it into something way more useful. The Great Sword of Artorias. But this comes with two downsides. It has crazy stat requirements in comparison to what I have by now, so I have to farm souls. Then it uses Demon Titanite, which is scarce to say the least. Well, going to the second best farming spot in Dark Souls Remastered I began. The run gives me around 10,900 souls, so after an eternity, I got enough to upgrade Fate and Intelligence, so I can at least deal damage with it. Then, before doing the math, I got my Endurance to 30, which gives me around 70 weight limit. Obviously not enough to light roll, but hey. After this, like an idiot that I am, I did the math, and it turns out I would need around 84 or something, somewhere around there, weight limit, to be able to light roll with the current build. So no. I already spent a lot of time farming, and I want this video to be finished until faculty starts again in October. I leveled up strength once more, and so I wasted 3 more level ups. But hey, at least I can deal damage with the sword, eh? After all of this, I went back to Sans Fortress to kill the titty demons that I left alive before. Also the one from Manor London. And after collecting their sweet Titanite, I got the Great Sword to max level, so... let's see how things go. With about 6 times more damage than before, I still ended up dying a lot. And hold up. It's not only that I died a lot, but also I feel a bit bad about this. I mean, this is 6 times more damage than before. I want to make up for it. And as such, I took it upon myself to beat Artorias without healing at all. And after about 1, 2, 3, 4 times, I've beaten Artorias of the Abyss without healing. And after I rescued his companion, that will be of kinda great help, I took quite the beating, man. I mean, this monster is fast. Hits like Truck-kun.
The boys!
And leaves little room and space for healing. So, to take out my frustrations, I used the humanities gathered from the Chasm of the Abyss, opened up the shortcut to Bed of Chaos, gave our fair maiden the rest he deserves. Rest in peace, Soler. And then I killed the lesser being to feel better about myself. I went ahead to put the 3 Lord Souls into the cooking pot and returned for the Father of the Abyss. And would you guess it? This time I really was victorious. How the spirit invigorates after stomping on worms. Ain't that right? Trusty, cute, woofy Sif. Whoops, I slipped. As for the Black Dragon, I had little help from a blind archer. Yes, indeed. Black Dragon Calamity. His name makes sense now, huh? Oh, then that's where he shits from! Another fight that was now quite easy, I might say. Might not be because of the sword, but because of the fact that I am a little bit accustomed to this one. Ignore the fact that I used 5 Estasis and 1 Humanity for it. As such, I won. And well, after saving the past and the future alike, time to break the rules once more. Given the fact that I cannot finish the game if I don't, and that I can't use glitches, because also the glitch would require equipping items, or use any other means to traverse the abyss, I equipped the ring and went to touch the darkness. Just like I came out of nowhere, I finished it out of nowhere. Never ever had trouble with the Port Kings either way. And just like that, thank you all for watching. Take care of yourselves. Here is the image, by the way. Now subscribe!